tatted.
What do you think? His head is open under there?
I heard he's an alien, like on My Favorite Martian, and he's got to hide his antennae.
There you go.
Yeah. And the beaver got killed in Vietnam, right, Sean?
You ask him why he wears that do-rag. He'll tell you.
Dude, the guy, he's just screwing with you because you're being obnoxious and asking him a question that he doesn't want to talk about.
We were having a legit conversation.
No, I know about this.
What's that?
I know about this.
What do you know?
That's his look. He didn't have the hair,
Why do you think it became his look?
Because he's a rock star.
And
he wants to have a look.
Yeah, but rock stars don't wear do-rags.
Because he got bald. What's the big deal?
According to several things I read, that's the story. He says that he went through a windshield in the 60s and that
he didn't go through a windshield. He's fine. Don't believe it.
Ask him to take it off and look at the scars.
No. Come on.
You don't have the balls.
I don't have the balls. What? I told you.
I'll have you come in and do it.
Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Because you won't. You're a pussy.
I asked him about it. How do you think I noticed information?
You didn't ask him to take it off and show you.
Will knows it too, though, Chauncey.
What's that?
Will knows the information as well. I mean, you know.
I sent Will the email.
The guy wears it because he doesn't want to take it off. You're just being a jerk off. I'll talk to you later. You're being a jerk off. That guy's such a jerk off.
You being a jerk off, white rapper.
Why don't we ask William Shatner to take off his toupee so we can see what's doing with it?
I'm sure he went through a windshield too.
Yeah.
I went through a windshield.
He went through a windshield with the top of his head.
Just being a jerk off.
And nothing happened to his face.
He came here today so he could take off his scarf. Okay, that's what he wants to do. Let's see. Howard, just want to let you guys know, this is the email. Just want to let you guys know how grateful I am that you are back in San Diego. Yeah, we're pretty thrilled about it, too. It's so good to laugh in the morning again. Even my coworkers have noticed my improved morning moods thanks to you.
Yay!
It started this week with the Chyna Doll E-Show. What the hell was that? To the George Takei Fa interview, Beetlejuice, back to George Takei with the Sulu Dance tune. By the way, I was doing George Takei all weekend.
Were you?
Yes.
See, I'm singing the China Doll song.
My wang.
Oh, me too. My wang. No, I was doing the, just going, Sulu, Sulu.
You're doing the Sulu Dance.
Sulu, Sulu. I was singing this all weekend.
Believe it or not.
Yeah, I love that. Oh, my. I can do the whole Sulu part,
You can dance like Sulu.
Hello.
And shake your little behind.
Yes.
You gotta give it a chance when you do the Sulu dance, and your friends will say,
oh, my.
Say, jump around if you want to, and move your arms like a machine.
Yes.
If you do the Sulu dance while wearing tight pants, some people may call you a
Queen.
Sulu dance.
Sulu.
It is fun.
Sulu. It's great.
Just fine. Sulu, Sulu. Now that's ridiculous.
Sulu dance is fun to do, but your girl may get jealous.
No.
Cause if you abuse it, your girl will lose it and run up and say,
Who is this?
You can dance like Sulu, but some may choose to not.
No.
You gotta give it a chance when you do the Sulu dance, and your girl will give up the
balloon knot.
Say, Sulu dance.
Yes.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
What you say when you answer the phone?
Hello.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
I wanna dance, we're having a ball.
Thank you very much.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
Everybody will sing and laugh. Sulu dance.
Yes.
Sulu dance.
Yes.
Shake that big bulge in your pants.
No. Thank you.
It's a Sulu dance. It's a Sulu dance.
Thank you.
Do the Sulu dance.
Oh, my.
It's a Sulu dance.
Yes.
Oh, my.
It's a Sulu dance.
Oh, my.
It's a Sulu dance.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a Sulu dance.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a Sulu dance.
Now that's ridiculous.
Beth said to me, what do you do? Because I'm walking around going believe it or not. Believe it or not, we're going to a Star Trek convention. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ricardo.
Ricardo.
Hello, Ricardo.
Hello, Ricardo. Lorena Blanche.
How did they get him to go Sulu?
Sulu.
You could get him to do anything, apparently.
I think Chris did an interview with him and then chopped it up.
That's Kid
Yeah,
Chris.
but what exactly was going on when he did Sulu?
Sulu.
I think you just have to say, listen, we want to make fun of you in a song. Could you do this?
A lot of people liked our interview with James Hetfield of Metallica. Your interview with James Hetfield was great. I think that may have been your best one yet. Here's another one. The James Hetfield interview kicked ass. The guy's cool as hell. So much better than Lars. Next, you should interview Kirk Hammett, the lead guitarist. I don't think I've ever heard him on your show yet. He's pretty funny. Anyway, thanks for bringing on James. And then finally, a guy said, your interview of James Hetfield was okay.
Oh.
Next time, don't kiss his ass so much.
Oh,
Artie was the only one who had the guts to call him a pussy. You mean I admire James Hetfield and enjoy his music, so I have to, I'm a pussy because I don't call him pussy?
Well, I was making a stupid joke.
Yeah, but
and I questioned him about whether he thought he had gone too soft. He said no.
You should have asked him how he can wake up every morning and not feel guilty about ripping off Metallica fans with that piece of smoldering crap Saint Anger album.
Oh, but we don't know about that.
Maybe he should go back to drinking. He definitely writes better heavy metal songs when he's drunk.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess I should have said to him,
right.
Hey, man, what about ripping all your fans off with that piece of crap?
F your wife and family. Why not drink and write better songs?
All right, let's see. Howard, I enjoyed your interview with Joe Trippi. Could you put that out to the text on audio or video? It's arguably yours and Robin's finest hour. Keep up the great work. I'm sure there are many in your audience who are interested in your political comments. Ignore your critics. The issue's too important. Howard, I love it when you talk about Imus and that no-talent comic of Jay Leno. The fact that both of these two idiots have shows is beyond me. Yeah, me too. Like, Leno shouldn't even have a show. He's so lame.
Leno was a great guest.
He was a great guest.
But he is not a good host.
Imus thinks he's John Wayne, and Jay Leno thinks he's Bill Cosby. They both have to go. Keep up the great work. I'm glad to have you back on in San Diego. Here's another one about Chyna doll making people feel good. Wow. Having just been diagnosed with manic depression, I thought things were going to go bad in my life. After hearing Chyna doll's scary bad song, I realized I should be thanking the sweet God above for making me only slightly mental instead of a she-man with an imaginary talent for singing and songwriting. Bunch of people complaining about the billboard. I mean, the bulletin board. It says here billboard. It's bulletin board. I thought the bulletin board was a great idea in the beginning. But damn, only stupid-ass 18-year-olds are posting there with their horny crap, BSing and bad-mouthing you and the crew. What's the deal? Is this what you wanted? No.
Yeah, we can't stop it, though.
Howard, shake loose your checkbook. I've been trying for days to get on the bulletin board, and I haven't been able to register a name. What's the problem? It's after 1 a.m. and still registrations are closed. Do it right or don't do it at all. Well, gee, sorry, dude. Just turns out that bulletin board is the fastest-growing, most traveled bulletin board in the history of our nation.
Hey!
And I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
Yeah, it's like a traffic jam.
And I have a lot of experts working on this, and they don't know what to do about it, but they're working on it, and now we're able to handle about 2,000 people at a time. I mean, it wasn't even a question of the checkbook. I shook loose the check. Now I've got stacks and stacks of servers. On the E! Show, they made a mistake. During the Steve-O interview, the censors faded. Who even can tell what that is?
What did they fuzz out?
A lot of people were upset with Ralph calling in and critiquing John Kerry's speech. Ralph is an effing moron. And it's true. Even my mother called me. She goes, what's with that, Ralph?
Yeah, he is a moron.
Right. A lot of people love Beetlejuice and Mike Walker. Hysterical. I do believe that Beat and President Bush may be of the same gene pool. There's a bunch of us sitting here at work laughing our asses off during the entire time that Beetlejuice was on. He should be a regular on the show. Give him a seat next to Artie and just let him talk.
He was great in the gospel game.
And then an amazingly high number of people thought Beetlejuice sucked on Friday.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I love your show, however. Get Beetlejuice the hell out of there.
Really?
Oh, he was fun.
He gives me a headache and actually makes me angry. I couldn't even hear what Mike Walker was saying because he talks over everyone. Get him off his show.
Yeah. I think that was the best talk show appearance in the history of show business.
Keep that effing retard Beetlejuice off the air. The biggest favor you could do the world is to take that annoying piece of crap retard to the roof and throw him off.
Oh, no.
To call him a retard is an insult to retards. Even retards think he's stupid. He has no train of thought. He cannot answer one question. He can't even shut up long enough to hear the question, and he just rambles incoherently about nothing.
Yeah, get it? Jeez.
Exactly.
Right. What the hell?
Beetlejuice ruined the Mike Walker game today. I couldn't hear any of the stories.
Good for him.
He's not always funny. It was annoying. I thought I was going to have a good day, but I just remained irritated all day from Beetlejuice.
Oh, no.
I mean, they're endless. So, again, I'm here having a perfectly great time with Beetlejuice.
How can you call it?
I mean, it's not funny that he won the Mike Walker game. I mean, come on.
Few people didn't like the Porn Star Olympics. Give it up, guys. The bit was stupid from the beginning. Who cares if they sit around for 2 to 3 hours and then pee? I'll be at work by then. Whose ridiculous idea was this? KC's? Why doesn't he? So.
When can we schedule that in?
I've always been an independent, but I've been supporting John Kerry for the last few months. I honestly don't think I've ever heard a better overall speech. Even if Kerry can't come through with half of the things he says he's for, it will be a much better America than this ass clown Bush could ever do. I couldn't agree more. So there you go with that. I like how quickly most news outlets buried the story about George W. Bush going to bed before Kerry's acceptance speech. He's such a slacker. I mean, why would he go to sleep? Because he feels the guy slacks through everything. He won't even watch his opponent's speech.
Yeah, he can't even get up for the race.
If John Kerry ends up being our president, he'd be our first president to actually have a daughter that looks decent enough to bang. Well, there's another reason to vote for him. Whatever the reason is, vote for him.
I heard that somebody wants to sign Jenna and what's her name, Bush, Barbara, I guess.
Yeah, Jenna and Barbara.
To a modeling contract.
Yeah. Well,
But only because their name is Bush.
Yeah. Yes, Robert.
Bush.
Well, little Stephen Van Zandt is here.
And when you were talking about Metallica, did you see that Lars and his wife split up?
Yeah. Skylar.
That was the wife he just had to have.
Stole her away from
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Not Lars and Skylar.
We're going to take a break. Stephen Van Zandt is here. We'll learn about him, his life.
Yeah, I'm
His
excited.
loves.
I just think back to all that, remember he was sending private planes to pick her up
Yeah.
and bring her to wherever he was.
Yeah, well.
Now he can't stand to be around her.
It's always the way it is.
That's what happens.
Hey, Artie, that's your hero, Stephen Van Zandt.
One of the E Street Band. I'm excited, man.
What are you going to do when he comes in?
Oh, I'm just going to be very respectful.
He's going to get on his knees and orally pleasure him.
He probably would if Steven asked.
Oh, come on. The E Street Band, The Sopranos, that's a good resume.
We'll be back right after these words.
Yes. Hi, Casey. My name's Dr. I'm a neurosurgeon down here in Orlando, Florida, and I thought I'd just call and give you a theory on why you might be wetting the bed. The first theory I had is that you might have a counterbalance of neurostimuli in your brain, and the second theory, which I think proves to be more true, is it's probably you're a faggot. And wetting the bed is usually a cover-up for a faggot. But the other theory could prove to be true also. I'm not sure, but give me a call if you need some help. I'd be glad to help. Thanks for your time, and good luck, Casey. Bye.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show.
The new music alternative, 92.3 K-Rock.
K-Rock's giving you the chance to be our Warped Tour photo.
And thanks, guys. Thank you.
That's the $50 million man.
Hello, Mr. Takei. Great to see you again.
Hi, how have you been?
Oh, great. Thanks for asking. Well, let's start off with your November 1994 appearance on The Howard Stern Show. I hear that you had a special encounter with one of the staff members. What was their name?
Fred.
And what was it that drew you to Fred Norris?
His face looked exotic, vaguely Asian.
So how did you get Fred alone?
I excused myself to go to the lavatory. I locked the door, and my sweaty hands gripped Fred firmly.
And when you saw Fred in the lavatory, what was the first thing you noticed about his appearance?
The most exotic thing about his appearance was this gargantuan phallic monster.
Give me two.
I got it out. It felt good. He sighed and looked down, shaking his head at my tiny wang.
Then what happened?
Fred gave my wang an affectionate squeeze.
What were you thinking after he did that?
I never dreamed that I would be entering Fred.
But I understand that then it was Fred who took control.
Wow, Fred.
Yeah, listen to this. A real love man.
Yeah, stay tuned for more of George
said I
Takei.
was exotic. Control.
I took control.
Yeah. Fred.
I always said I would never interview Victoria Gotti because, and by the way, she is the star of a new talk show, reality show. And I just said, not that I don't like Victoria Gotti, I don't know Victoria Gotti, but I don't want to like mess around with that whole thing.
You never know when you might make a mistake.
That's the problem. And I'm not looking for trouble.
Right.
But then
Better stay out of it.
Gary said, hey, Victoria Gotti's available right now, and her show premieres tonight. And
well, just say hello, let her promote
Right.
it, and say goodbye. You can't get any safer than that.
I don't even want to ask a question.
No.
I really don't. I don't want trouble.
Because never mind. I don't even want to say anything.
Hey, Victoria.
Hi, Howard.
How are you?
How are you? Good morning. Good to have you back.
Thank you. And by the way, your show debuts tonight.
Yes, it does.
That is
A&E, 9:30.
A&E?
9:30. What is the name of the show?
Growing Up Gotti.
Okay.
Okay, thank
you. Hey, I got no beef.
How did she get a television show?
You know what?
Because she deserved one.
Because she's great.
No, the producers actually chased me down for a good year and eventually wore me down and had that kind of attitude. If you can't beat them, join them. You know, you're out there unwillingly, sometimes willingly to promote other things. And, you know, hey, this would be a great idea, you know. And I think after a while I just saw it as a good way to show the world that my children are not the next mafia princes and blah, 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 blah. So here we are.
Does it bother you that I'm scared to interview you?
A little bit, Howard, because I know you're not scared of anyone.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. I'm scared of many people. In fact, if it was up to me, you would have every part. You should have been Catwoman.
Right.
I'm serious. You should have
would have
been
been better.
anything.
Oh, you're a sweetheart.
But seriously, no, I don't want to, take anyone off. Because I know that, there are people. Listen, first of all, I'm one of those, and call me naive. Your dad was a plumber, and as far as I'm concerned, was a good guy.
He had a good fireworks display every year. That's all I know.
Yeah, and he always had a fireworks display, and people in the neighborhood loved him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I have no problem with anybody in your family.
Well, you're a sweetheart.
I really mean it.
Well, I'm just glad you're back.
I know your brother has trouble now. It's ridiculous.
And your mom's a wonderful painter.
Right.
I know Benji disagrees, but we all...
Thank you, guys.
My palms are sweaty.
I know. I don't know what to say.
No, because
I first time that Howard Stern is speechless.
Oh, yeah.
You were the only girl, right?
No, I have a sister.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, an older sister.
I mean, I have like a million questions for you, but I'm not going
Not
there.
here, not on the air. We're
Not even off the air.
documented.
Ask me one.
How's your day going so far?
Very well. I woke up to you.
What are you wearing?
The only question I would ask is, what you had cameras put in your house or something for this show?
Yeah, cameras put in the house. Some that I knew about and some that I didn't.
Well, that you're used to that, right?
No, not particularly.
Did they
Believe it or
find
not,
the
contrary
other
to what everybody
cameras?
believes, no.
Because I always thought the feds were trying to put cameras in your house for the wrong reason. I don't know why, but
Yeah,
Why
I know,
the government bothers you, I don't know.
Right.
No. But I think a lot of that is just the pulp fiction. But it was very unsettling, really unsettling at the beginning. It's something takes a lot of getting used to. When you wake up to that and then you go to sleep to that and your only 5 minutes of privacy every day is when you have to use the bathroom.
So you're single, right?
I'm single.
All right. And you've got 3 sons.
3 sons.
What happened to the husband?
He's in jail.
He's in jail?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Divorce.
And by the way, I'm sure he's in there for all the wrong reasons.
Oh, I'm sure.
No, seriously. I mean, I just think if your name is Gotti, right away
They lock you up.
They lock you up.
And she's trying to save her sons. I understand that.
Yeah. Hey,
Well, like I said, to me, this is a good venue.
hey, I'm no asswipe like Curtis Sliwa. I like you guys. I ain't saying
Good
nothing.
point, Howard.
You're goddamn right. It's a good point.
That's a very good point. Yeah.
You should hear what Imus says about you guys. Forget it. I can't even repeat it.
Imus says bad stuff about your family, by the way.
I don't listen to him, and I guess I'm glad I don't.
Oh, he used to curse you guys out all the time. Oh,
Nothing
Gotti this,
good to
Gotti
say.
that. And I
Nothing
said, you
good
know
to
what?
say.
You better shut your mouth.
Yeah,
That's why I don't
well,
like the guy.
Thank you, Howard.
I stuck up for you.
Well, I don't think anybody listens to Imus anyway.
And by the way, you're a beautiful woman. I date you, but I'm scared.
Oh,
I
thank
heard
you,
on
Howard.
the show you have a blind date. Do you have problems finding dates?
Not particularly, but I have not been dating for a lot of years since the divorce. Just no time and not of the right mindset. Well, P.S., lo and behold, this becomes a nightmare date from hell. And it's not really all to do with what he looks like and what I expected. He just becomes the most, he turns into the most obnoxious,
Really?
Is he
gentleman
crazy?
I've ever.
Wait, actually, Robin,
Obnoxious.
her date became blind after the date.
Yes.
That was an after blind date.
Yeah, after the date, he got
he
blind.
was
from
fine
it.
before.
From your lips to God's ears.
But you must have needs.
I'm pretty good. I'm just pretty good. My obsession, my
You take care of yourself.
compulsions all became work. You know, and the children. The children were at a very, very impressionable age, and they required so much mothering and nurturing and things like that. It was all, you know, and it still is. It's all about them. You know, Howard, you have kids.
Yeah,
It
absolutely.
becomes all about them, and it's like you don't have a life. You're not entitled to a life anyway.
So when you have needs for a man, you just put
you
them
have
aside,
the
or
nerve?
what? Oh, no, I'm sorry. Forgive me. That was disrespectful.
You
Hey,
just
Victoria.
stay
I mean, Miss Gotti. I am so sorry for asking that
Oh, my
about your needs.
apology accepted.
Please forgive me and
I
please
do
apologize
forgive
to
you.
your family. I mean it.
I do forgive you, Howard.
Did your dad ever listen to my show?
I think he did. He enjoyed it. Everybody.
He
Who
did.
doesn't enjoy Howard Stern?
Wow.
Really?
Wow.
Who doesn't enjoy Howard Stern?
Everyone enjoys me, thank God.
You're the greatest.
Yeah, believe me, I am. But no one gets it.
No,
Well, listen,
you are. We get it.
Victoria, I do wish you a lot of luck with the show.
Thank you, Howard.
It's called Growing Up Gotti. Premieres tonight at 9:30 on A&E.
Oh, I can't wait to watch it. The promos look great.
Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy it.
You know, there's a crazy guy in the paper today gave you a bad review. I don't know.
I
what his
know.
problem.
Oh, who's
I
that guy?
know.
Who's that guy?
David Bianacooley, I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
he doesn't like
and
you.
You know what? Thankfully, he's the only one. I mean, we got a good New York Times review, a great Wall Street Journal.
You're damn right.
These people
Good
know.
Post review. He was the only guy. But I think reading the review, I think he expected and wanted this real-life mob drama, and he was disappointed because he didn't get it.
But what about that? Like, what if you go to visit someone in jail? Like, or do you take the
go
camera
to see
with
your
you?
brother
No.
or anything?
If you go
No.
to see your brother, would you take the camera?
Nope.
I don't blame you.
And do your kids, you know, they go to visit their father, right?
They do?
They don't bring the camera.
No.
I don't blame them at all.
Nope.
We have to respect some privacy.
Who needs
here.
cameras?
Yeah. Hey, by the way, David Bianacooley is missing. What is that about? Not that you would know anything about.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Who cares?
Well, Victoria, you're a lovely woman.
Fredo
Thank you,
Bianacooley.
Howard. I'm
You-
so happy to have talked to you this morning.
Believe me, this is the way these interviews should go. Non-controversial, non-sexual, nothing about
Who
anything.
could have a problem with this?
Absolutely.
Oh, you guys are being punks. Let me
May I ask you what you're wearing now?
I am dressed in a white suit.
And
I've
a
seen you-
fabulous suit, I'm
I've
sure.
seen you on TV. You have
Thank
your
you.
beautiful body.
Oh, thank you, Howard.
Can I buy you something, a gift?
Diamonds.
But, you know, listen. I mean, you know, some people will criticize and say, well, why should she have a show? She's the daughter of an alleged mobster.
plumber.
Of a plumber. Why should she get the show? And people get resentful, right?
Yeah, I would think, but you know what? You can't judge people on who they are, where they come from. Everybody, you know, should be judged on their own.
Right.
Well, let me ask you something, because you live in a mansion, right?
I don't know if it's a mansion, but I live nicely.
Okay.
So you
I
don't
live
do
down the
Well, I
block
wanted
from
to
where
ask, you
Howard,
do live
Howard,
next
you and I were neighbors.
Yeah, so you don't do this for the money.
No.
You do this for what? The recognition?
No. You know what? When I decided to print my first book, publish my first book years ago.
By the way, an
was-
excellent book.
I'm sorry?
An excellent book.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thankfully, it was one of many to come, and I had to get used to that. That's part of the program. And at the time, I could have decided not to go out there and promote, to lay low, quote unquote, or go out there and try to have a career. And I was not about to be stopped because someone said, hey, you know, you can't do this. Don't court the media and stay away from that, because people will start to think that, you know, this is what you want. Get the notoriety based on dad and blah, blah, blah. I wasn't going to do that.
I
My
respect
attitude
that.
was,
I respect that.
Thank you.
Now, let me ask you something, because you do the gossip column, too.
Yes.
Which I read and love.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And respect.
Fantastic.
And I guess it's pretty easy for you to get people to tell you things.
Oh, yes.
You know what? You'd be surprised. Not particularly. When they don't want you to know, there's a lot of painstaking levels that they'll go to not to have you know.
Did you ever walk up to someone and say, listen, either tell me something about yourself
or else. No, I haven't tried that yet.
You should run for office. I like your style.
Oh, thank you very much, Howard.
And, all right, I'll leave it at that. I have a million questions.
There are tons of things, but I don't think...
They're dragging me on this end, just so that you know. We're going on the air in 30 seconds.
Oh, really? Where are you?
Where are you
We're
going?
going on Fox and Friends Live.
Oh, good. Better with them. They'll say, I hope they don't say anything stupid. Yeah, don't worry about them. They know how to behave.
It was so great talking to you, Howard, this morning. You're incredible.
Victoria, I thank you. I wish you luck with Growing Up Gotti, premiering tonight at 9:30 on A&E.
Thank you so much, guys.
Best
Bye,
of
Robin.
luck.
Bye-bye.
Best of luck. Best of luck. Please, don't hurt me.
Bye, Victoria.
Did I do all right?
Fantastic.
I predict #1 ratings.
Now, that's the most dangerous thing we've ever done.
Yep.
Yeah.
Later today, Chuck Zito's wife.
Right, that'll be fun.
Because we're getting into it now.
Actually, I know many people who hang around with Victoria, and they say she's a lovely woman, actually.
Well, look, there's no such thing as the mafia, and if there was, John
And if
Gotti...
there is, she has nothing to do with
John
it.
Gotti would not have been in it.
She can't help the accident of birth that gave her
No.
that name.
Listen, I can't help the accident of birth that gave me this face.
See?
See?
Some things are unavoidable.
We all
None
have
of
our
us
cross
can.
to bear.
No, seriously. I mean, it's an outrage that she is lumped in with all of that. Thank you. All right, enough of that.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I can't wait to watch tonight to see how obnoxious his date is that she has.
Really?
Who would be
Is he
obnoxious
out
with
of
her?
his mind?
I mean, I can't wait for the show.
I would be so respectful. May I hold your hand, ma'am?
Is there anything else? Walk across my back.
Hey, you know
to
what?
Get across this piece
You're
of
lovely woman.
I don't like to piss
this
anyone
little
off.
puddle.
I'm just a nice guy.
No problem here.
Headline, Miami Dolphins not happy with broadcast partner Howard Stern move.
What?
See, I haven't even announced this yet. I wonder if I can announce this.
I don't know what you're talking about, but they're already upset with you?
Can I talk about this?
You're
yet?
involved with the Dolphins?
Is it in the newspaper?
Yeah.
You can read us the article.
WQAM's, you see, people have been saying, gee, Howard, you're only on in West Palm, not in Miami. And if this story were true, we would be starting in Miami very soon.
I see.
WQAM's decision Friday to add the Howard Stern radio show effective August 16th. Well, it's in the paper, I guess.
Well, you're just reading an article.
Yeah. Could impact the Dolphins' willingness to stay on the station long term.
Oh, come on.
WQAM has one season left on its contract and has been trying to negotiate an extension. Dolphins owner Wayne Hoazanga could take the rights elsewhere, perhaps to an FM station such as Y100, although a source said WQAM still had a good chance to retain the rights. Well, listen, I mean, we can all get along.
What? The Dolphins have a problem with you being the morning man?
I think so.
How stupid is that?
I don't know, but I'm glad to be the morning man.
It's not like we're going to clash in any way.
No.
We have no idea what the Dolphins are doing.
Lucky for them, we have no idea about football.
Right.
So, anyway, that's a little bit of a controversy. And
Yeah, the Dolphins should worry about getting a team on the field that can win a championship.
right.
That's all.
That's all. I've never played these Gina Lee Nolan sex tapes.
Yes, could you finally get to those so I know what you're talking about?
Ed was fully behind me. I quickly turned wet and messy. What a sensational entrance, I thought.
Describe what happened next.
It was an indescribable joy. Fred raged inside me.
Was there anyone watching?
Scott, the engineer, stood there silently, his cherry eyes taking in everything.
Cherry eyes.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
cherry eyes.
Fantastic.
She's cherry eyes.
Cherry eyes. Sit there.
Scott, the engineer.
Engineer.
So you were with Sulu, Fred. Yeah.
And Scott watched.
What were you thinking while all of this was happening?
I was doing Fred.
What happened when all of this...
All he could think is, I'm doing Fred.
Yeah, that was amazing to him.
I was doing Fred.
Just before he went to the Panama Canal.
Canal. It's a papillon.
It was over.
I thanked Fred and tiptoed back to the shower.
So after this experience, what is your opinion of Fred Norris?
I found Fred to be elegant and at the same time passionate.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Takei.
Thank you, Mr. Takei.
You're elegant and passionate.
I found Fred to be elegant and passionate.
Passionate.
It's got cherry eyes.
Cheery-eyed.
Can you imagine him tiptoeing back to the shower after being with Fred?
And I wish Benji would find that shower.
I brought Fred to the Star Trek picnic.
Believe it or not.
Believe it or not.
Wow. I love that.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. That's a good one. Tonight, M. Night Shyamalan and his hot Indian wife. Shyamalan and his hot Indian wife. His movie, The Village, made $50 million this weekend, as I predicted. And this interview took place last week, and we're getting it right on the air for you. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yes. M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah, I saw...
Speaking of which, remember we were asking about Harold and Kumar go to the White Castle? What kind of box office that was going to have?
Yeah.
It didn't do well this weekend.
What'd it make?
$7 million, I think.
$7 million.
Oh, my.
Someone told me it was pretty good.
I heard there were good reviews. Siskel's dead. Ebert and Roper gave it 2 thumbs up.
But if Siskel lived, he would have given it a thumbs up.
I guess so.
That's what it's going to say on my next movie. If Siskel lived, he would have given this a thumbs up. Wouldn't that be a great ad? Yeah. I didn't say anything offensive to Victoria Gotti, did I?
I think you were going to an area that could have gotten you into some trouble.
Sexual?
You know how respect is for,
Yeah, respect.
My favorite part of the interview was when Robin said, "You live in a mansion." That's right. Okay. No follow-up to that.
And believe me, I had a follow-up to that question, but...
Oh, believe me, those are places I would love to go, but can't.
Because you know what? They're nobody's business.
Your father must have unclogged a lot of toilets.
I hate these interviews where people get nosy. I do. I really do. Every time you tune in one of these interviews... We're so nosy.
Yeah.
Boring into people's lives.
And I think not taking any phone calls was a good idea, too.
Oh, absolutely.
That was a good idea.
Because the idiots on the phone...
They don't know how to...
Yeah, they're not sensitive.
And they're anonymous.
Anyway, I enjoyed that immensely. Immensely. Yes.
Get down there, honey.
All right, it's time for the Gina Lee Nolan tapes.
Yes.
Here we go. See, I watched this on the internet, and I don't think they're even showing it anymore. But I'm not even sure this is Gina Lee Nolan because everyone tells me it is, but I would have known her from a hole in the wall because she's not wearing makeup. She's very young. She's with her husband, and the husband is like, it wasn't even that sexual. It was really creepy.
That's what
because she had just had breast surgery.
For breast implants.
Yeah. I guess for breast implants. I'm assuming. And she's like in pain, and she's like, I don't want to do this. Like he goes, take off your bra. But then I'm oddly fascinated because he just orders her around, and she does whatever he says.
And how old does she look?
I'd say she looks about 19, 20.
Yeah.
21. Right? Anybody else seeing it?
I haven't seen anything of it, but I'll tell you what, her at 21, I'd like to see that.
Let's see if I could. Here's the beginning. I'll try and put this in some sort of order. So she's standing there in her bra and giant panties.
Oh, she's got big bloomers on?
Yeah, it looks like she literally just had her breasts done.
My giant panties. My bloomers.
Don't you wish he would have said giant panties in his book?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And what were you wearing, Mr. Takei? Giant panties.
Yeah, we'll just say it for him. My giant panties.
Fred removed my giant panties.
We're all aflutter.
Okay, take the bra for Daddy.
Honey, but they're...
Take your bra off for Daddy. So she's standing there, and he's just working the camera.
All right, because the audio's not that great.
I'll interpret.
kind of hard, everybody. They're hard, and they look... I just had an operation.
David, let move your hands so we can see them.
So she's screaming that her boobs are hard. And, you know, and he's like, open up your bra and let me see them. Which I'm like, you know what?
He doesn't even hear the cry for help.
It's like Coco on Fame.
Really?
An operation.
Zooming in on him. Can you move your hands, please, baby?
Move your hands.
Please, baby.
Move over just a little bit. Okay, oh, perfect. Move.
He just plows ahead.
Yeah, he doesn't hear her in distress.
He's a pro.
He is a pro.
Yep.
You know, he realizes, like, you can get girls to do stuff if you just tell them to do it.
This is showbiz. The show must go on.
Just order them.
Forget how you feel.
Okay, and I'm going to show the symmetry. It's just like a real, so you can study it. Move your camera. Just move your hands. Don't put your hands to your side. Right?
So he says, I'm gonna study the symmetry of your breasts.
Right. This is like a scientific experiment.
Well, because she probably said to him, hey, I wonder if my breasts look good. And he's like, well, I'm going to check for symmetry.
Yeah, and I need a camera to do that.
Smile. Take your panties off.
Baby, no, my scar is on there.
Take them off so we can see the scars and see the difference.
Here, this is the scar.
He just tells her, take your panties off. Meanwhile, she didn't want to take her...
scars
I
is
don't
she
know.
talking about?
I don't know.
That would be where her panties are.
I didn't see any scar unless she had a C-section or something. But this is, I think, before she had kids.
Yeah.
Cause your mouth.
Drop them.
See how he tells her, just drop your
'em.
panties?
Yeah.
Just drop those goddamn panties. Let's go. So what if you just had your breasts done?
Take the bra. Now. Drop the panties. Just let them go.
That's how I got to talk to you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, get your face slapped.
No, you need me to rough you up a little bit.
Right. Okay, there are men who've tried that.
Who knew Nick Carter knew what he was doing? You got to admit, when you heard the story, you're like, hey, gee, I thought he was a pussy.
That's weird.
Well, that's what I said immediately. Isn't he a girl?
Well, he is beating up
Another girl.
Yeah, I mean a billionaire heiress.
But, come on. Paris ought to be able to take him.
Okay. Move just a little bit to the right. Move towards that wall. Stop. Stop.